Hey, girl.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Nice. I saw there was a countdown, so I scooted over.
Yeah.
I'm just packing a bowl.
Yeah, I gotta roll a joint too, cause I got fucking weed.
Goes with the music. Oh my god.
It's a nice little bop, huh?
Bop. Apparently that's like a thing that kids say these days.
Oh, kids say that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a bop. I saw it on a TikTok the other day.
Wow.
It was a kid showing his mom.
Guess I'm a child now.
All the different. Well, I mean, like it originated in like the 50s or 60s. So, I don't know. Maybe you're a greaser?
I like it.
So to the bop.
And then I got another longer. So I named this bop, Bop Your Head tune. And then the other one that I have is Chill Bops.
Chill bop.
Chill Bops.
Is it anything like bop, but just more chill?
Nothing. It's nothing like Mbop. And we're live on, hold on. Where do I go see all the comments? We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Twitter.
I want to see what that looks like. See, because I've never.
I saw Elon got booed at Dave Chappelle show.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah, we should watch it. Apparently he's banning deactivating people's accounts that share the video on Twitter.
Ah, but no way.
I'm surprised you don't know this.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I guess, I don't know, Dave Chappelle and some other comedian were doing a big show, and yeah, he brought Elon Musk on, and it was like, I mean, there were some people that were cheering, but it was majority boos. And it was just super awkward. Like, he didn't know what to do. And Dave Chappelle was like, oh, the fucking boos are coming from all the poor people up in the poor seats and shit. And like
all the poors are booing.
And then I was just reading all these comments about how it was like, it's pretty fucked up that he's throwing shade at people that are like buying tickets to his own show. You know, like.
So Dave Chappelle was throwing shade?
Yeah, he was like trying to, I guess, defend Elon and like just like.
Well, yeah, Billy, like the wealthy elite's got to stick together.
Exactly. That was the next comment I was going to mention that I saw. It was just like, yeah, millionaires got to stick with the billionaires and well, I don't know if Dave Chappelle's a millionaire. He's a millionaire.
He's 100% a millionaire.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a billionaire, but he's probably at least like 100 millionaire. Here, let's see, Dave Chappelle net worth. Dave Chappelle. Oh, whoops! I forgot to add in net worth. Oh my god. Net worth. Oh, okay. So he's not 100 millionaire, but it says his net worth is 60 million, which is a fuck ton of money.
Close enough.
He's not 100 millionaire. He's only like a 60 millionaire.
I mean, it does make a difference though now, like with fucking the cost of everything.
I'm like super into this fucking bop though. It's so good. I found a really good site for you just donate. Like you don't have to pay for the bops. You just donate. And they have all kinds of bops on there.
All right. Are they all called something and then bop?
No, I made that up. It was not the actual
Rad bop.
Pop bop. Pop bop.
Yeah.
But anyways, It's really good. It's a really good site. They have a ton of like really good, just like instrumental and like, you know, this kind of shit. And then, yeah, it's free, but you know, they say that like donate a little something.
Right.
So I usually just donate like a couple dollars, or if it's like a really hot bop, then I'll do like $5 or something. But I think it's worth it. Why not?
Yeah.
Fuck, there's like cat hair everywhere. All right, I gotta roll a joint.
Nice.
I also have a quesadilla that I made that I haven't eaten yet.
Shit.
So that might get busted out.
Nice. I had Beyond Burger from A&W for dinner tonight because Ray came over and bought me dinner for my birthday and dropped off some weed for me too.
Oh yeah, when's your birthday again?
Tomorrow.
I love you, but dude, 1 year I forgot my dad's birthday.
Okay, well, we already know about who's the queen of forgetting people's birthdays.
Who? Me?
What? You don't remember? Oh, that makes me feel so much better that you don't remember. I fucking forgot your birthday and talked to you like every day for a week. It was, I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
I think it was the year before. Oh yeah.
You remember?
I had to go get fingerprinted on my birthday. I remember that.
And then I was talking to you, maybe it was the next day, and you were like, yeah, my phone was blowing up yesterday. And I'm like, why? Why was it blowing up? And you're just like, it was my birthday. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I spoke with you too, like multiple times.
Honestly, it's okay. And it's kind of annoying when my phone blows up like that too. Cause I'm like, I don't like, what do I say? Like, thanks, you know, like.
Yeah.
So I'm like the last person to.
But no, I know. But still. We were already calling each other life partners, I think, at that point. Like that was a little bit of a huge burnout moment for me.
It's okay. You know, I don't mind. I'm literally like the last person, even though we're life partners, like you could forget my birthday 5 years in a row and it would not bother me.
Yeah, I don't really care either.
Yeah. So
it's just, yeah.
And it's also kind of like a reminder of the day that you were brought into existence against your will.
Speaking of, actually, I saw, so you know when you're just like mindlessly scrolling, excuse me, and is the singing part of the music? Like there's
just like the
yeah, that's part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have something open somewhere? So yeah, I saw a friggin' Dr. Phil snippet, and it was this I think a teenager, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 years old, and she was crying because her mom was saying like she had to get a job, and she was just like, why do I have to get a job? And Dr. Phil and like the audience was laughing at her, like you know, like basically like, yeah, like to suck it up, you like that's what you have to do as a human, you have to work to survive basically. And her mom, like everyone, and I'm just like, but you fucking forced this existence on her, like why does she have to get a job? Like, I mean, I get it, I understand, but still, it's just so messed up that like everybody was laughing at her. And I mean, it was like, I get that mindset, that mentality, because, you know, I never really questioned it before either. And I just went with the way that it was supposed to be. And
the way that it is.
The way that it is. The way that it be. So anyway, I just like had a moment of probably one of the only people like that actually had like empathy for her, you know, like everyone else was just laughing. Dr. Phil's like, you need to get a job and be responsible.
Well, and like, I get being responsible, right? Like, I understand that. But at the same time, like, forcing someone into a life of servitude that they didn't even like choose, you know, like you're basically like, whether you're serving other people or like the overlords of society, like you're serving someone, and none of us, like 99.9% of us don't work a job that we love doing that we want to do. Like, we're just doing it because we need to pay the fucking bills, and it's better than being like fucking homeless.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
And so, yeah, it's like, I get being responsible, but at the same time, like, you're forcing someone into a life of wage slavery, and like, people get offended when you say that too, but it's true. Because like, we don't consent to it. We're forced to do it because it's like, oh, do you want to starve? Or
exactly.
You know?
You have to have a house, or I mean, you don't have to, but you need to have like
shelter.
A place to sleep, shelter, food, water, healthcare.
So it's like pretty fucked up. And it was like that thing we were talking about the other day. It's like, like you have to earn a living, like you're brought into this existence, and now I have to like earn my life. I have to like earn it. Like, I didn't even ask for it. Now you're making me like, I have to earn this shit. Like, are you kidding me?
It all ties in, with that. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was thinking when I was watching it. And I was just like, man, and everybody in the comments is just like, oh my God, she's such an idiot. Like, does she not realize that you need to work to survive? And it's true. Like, you have to, like, exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But really, it's just the way that everything is set up is doesn't make any sense. Someone described working a 9 to 5 at a dead end job as soul crushing. Yeah.
Agreed. It is soul crushing. Literally sucks the life.
It is, and you spend like the biggest percentage of your life doing that.
Yeah,
humans just have it so wrong.
You spend more time with like your coworkers a lot of the times than your like family or your friends and stuff. And not that like everyone's family is like worth spending time with, but like, you know what I mean? Like, just to put it in perspective. It's like, it's a lot. And then also too, you have to like think about all the time that you spend going to and from work, and like spending time in your car, and then sitting in fucking traffic, and just like all of this shit. It's just never
for somebody else, that for literally nothing. That, I mean, of course there are meaningful, purposeful jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm working towards having one of those and actually, being grateful for, because not a lot of people can do that. The majority can't, or it's maybe not that they can. It's just that how we've been conditioned, and just, this is the way that life is. So you have to work a job that you hate in order to, survive, and then take these little cute trips to escape from it every year.
Yeah. You're like,
for
oh
like
my
a
God.
week or two.
I get my like 2 weeks off. It's going to be so great. And then you come back and you're literally just like depressed as fuck. You're like, why?
Oh my God. It's so much worse when you come back from a vacation. Absolutely. You're just like,
you're like, why did the plane crash on the way here?
Right?
Like,
oh man. I've always been so afraid of dying in a plane crash. But I always beg and plead, like, if it's going to happen, just please let me go there first and enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, like on the way back to like, cool. Yeah. Not on the way there. Like, you got to get your vacation in first. And then before you go back to like fucking soul sucking, life crushing reality of your life, you crash then.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you saying there? On my way to work, when I look at my phone, the algorithm knows to hit me with those ads that say, I made $10,000 a month working 6 hours a week. Then my dumbass clicks the article, and it's some Amazon drop shipping work with tons of red tape to get started. Oh my God, yeah.
But apparently the drop shipping thing is can be quite lucrative, I guess, if you do it, if you're doing it right. I don't know. I know somebody that does it, and he seems to do really well. I don't know.
I saw someone
the ins and outs of it, but
I saw someone who was making like, I was watching some like van life videos, and it was like ex-van lifers, and the one guy said that he did that drop shipping shit for Amazon, and it was because of like the product that he was like selling and shit, or I don't know. people were like able to get it directly from China instead of like going through him, and it was like way cheaper. So his like job, like his what he was doing just wasn't like lucrative anymore because no one was like buying it.
Had he already bought a whole shit ton of this stock?
I have no idea.
I wonder.
I don't know.
I mean, I could be totally wrong. Maybe it's not even like, I'm pretty sure it's drop shipping. Like it's just where you buy a whole bunch of shit in bulk for cheap, right? And then you put it on Amazon. Is that not the general idea of how it works?
That's
what I thought. I could be so wrong.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, because he was saying how like this particular like product, like it was being made more cheaply there. I don't know. So it's probably right. I mean, we could just quickly look it up.
I'm just waiting for what is it? GZ Doctor Forever.
Forever and ever.
I was hoping they would just chime in.
Let's see, I'm just looking it up.
That works too.
Oh, it's in Spanish, damn it. Give me English. Dropshipping is the form of retail business wherein the seller accepts customer orders without keeping stock on hand. Instead, in a form of supply chain management, the seller transfers the orders and their shipment details to either the manufacturer, a wholesaler, another retailer, or fulfillment center. Okay. So you don't actually
just like a middleman, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so my bad. That's like not at all what I was saying. Because the guy that I'm talking about does actually have like a shit ton of stock. And I think he sells it on Amazon and eBay and stuff. So I guess, drop shipping, like, I don't know. That just sounds like a lazy / not, I don't know.
Well,
maybe there are some people that do make a lot of money doing it.
You probably can, and you probably like used to be able to, but it's just like everything now is just like oversaturated and stuff. And you're just basically like a middleman, like just another middleman person, basically. So like,
you're just a middleman.
You're just a middle person. Middle person. Yeah, so this is the other bop that I found. This is like the chill bop.
I like it.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Is it like a playlist of a bunch of these types of songs, or there's just a couple and we'll just go back and loop through
well, this one's like almost 10 minutes long, so this one could just probably like loop for a while, but I only have the 2 right now because I kind of got like impatient after a while of like listening to so many songs, so I was like, I'll just find more another time.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we just have the 2 right now, but I could probably like obviously get more and just have like a longer list to play through.
Yeah.
So
man, we definitely have to have like some songs though, like every so often. I know you're not Twitch will like mute it out or whatever, but there's got to be a couple times where we've got some real bops.
I don't know where to get those from because like I don't know.
Oh, just like on Spotify. Does it not play the computer audio?
I don't know if it will, but this is like I uploaded these songs to StreamYard.
Yeah,
and it's like playing from in there.
Okay.
So I don't know, and I don't know how much like I could probably buy some songs on iTunes, but that's gonna get expensive pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, there's no point of buying the songs on iTunes because if we're just going to use it for the stream and then it gets blanked out anyway, then why are we paying for us to not speak and just have muted video?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe the StreamYards thing will have some sort of, if they don't yet have a way to play your internal audio, maybe they'll add it.
Yeah, maybe
at some point, because I think that's the difference too with like
Streamlabs.
the other one, Streamlabs. Yeah, because I did a couple of late night World of Warcraft streams, and I used Streamlabs just because I already had the setup anyway, and I knew that it would play the audio from World of Warcraft, which is what I wanted. And so I think there's quite a few things that if you are skilled at Streamlabs, you can actually do a lot more with it than this one. Like, yeah, this one's like way more user friendly, but you know, you can't get as in depth with some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, obviously when you're like streaming on your own, you should just use Streamlabs then. It makes more sense, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's no point of playing games if you don't have the game sound, I find. I don't know. Like I do like to have like kind of sometimes have music playing, but also I'll still have the game music playing at the same time. Or sometimes I'll just have the game music because there's, you know, stories and things that are fun to hear. And sometimes the music even in the game is really like just puts me in the
zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab my lighter.
Okay, I'm gonna go smoke a bowl.
Okay.
I will be right back.
I'm so excited to finally have weed. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I also got it for free too, so that's pretty cool. Yes, Tamota. Yes. Just chatting. There we go. Save changes. There we go. Do you think here, I'm going to take your blank screen out of your empty couch out of it. Do you think that we're going to get in trouble if I smoke on camera on Twitch? Do you think the man's going to come get us? The fucking man. It's crazy. Like I used to smoke so much weed, and now that I went on this little kick, obviously, well, not intentionally, it's just because I didn't have weed. I didn't have access to it. I didn't smoke weed for like a good month, like 4 or 5 weeks, something like that. Maybe it was like 5 weeks. 2 nights ago, so smoking. Someone was naked on Twitch 2 nights ago, so smoking is probably safe. Honestly, you would think so, but not always. Well, let's see what happens. But anyway, so I didn't have weed for like this amount of time because it's not like that easily accessible in Mexico. And then I finally got it, and I used to smoke so much, and now I really like don't even smoke that much anymore. Like I'll roll a joint and it'll last me like 3 days just because I only smoke it at night and I don't smoke the whole thing, and I just get like way more stony now, which is nice. But it's crazy because I realized how much smoking weed makes me forget stuff, and I do, yeah, sometimes I definitely do get the munchies, 100%. Not with every weed that I smoke, but But a lot of the weeds, yeah, I do get the munchies. And so, yeah, so now I just get like, just super stony, but I forget shit. It was like for this period that I didn't smoke, especially towards the end, like, maybe not towards the end, like about halfway through, I just like realized my memory was so much better. I could actually remember shit. And then I fucking smoked and it was like, boom, like trying to remember something from like an hour ago and I can't. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was almost like instantaneous. I don't know, maybe it was just in my head, but I swear. But yeah, the munchies, I don't get them all the time. I find like certain strains definitely makes me like have the munchies way more than other strains. And yeah, I've like, sometimes I've had the munchies so bad where like I've eaten so much that I've gotten like a stomach ache from the amount of food that I've eaten. I do that with candy a lot too. Like if Skittles? I don't touch Skittles anymore because I think I have a problem with it. Because like once I start eating them, I literally cannot stop. And I'll eat like an entire bag of Skittles and then I have the worst stomach ache. And I'm like, why does my fucking stomach hurt so bad? That's because I literally just ate a pound of Skittles, you know? But it's so good, I just can't stop. Like, can't help it. So, yeah. Definitely do get the munchies. So, feels good to smoke. When you get in a romantic mood, do you need to, here, I'm just going to put this on the screen so people can see it too. When you get in a romantic mood, do you need to smoke or drink, or do you want to be fully alert and aware of your surroundings? I guess, like, what do you mean by romantic mood? Like, I guess it depends on the romantic mood. Like, but I find that, like, when I'm stoned, it doesn't last for that long anyway. It's not like I'm high for, like, hours and hours. So I feel like if I am a little stoned before I do something romantic or sexual, it doesn't really, like, stay that long or, like, affect the experience. I don't really drink very much anymore. I used to drink a lot. Well, not a lot. I used to drink often. But I prefer to not just not drink really very much anymore, especially like if I am in a romantic mood, because I just feel like when I drink, that's when I don't get the whole experience. And now I like, if I end up getting drunk, like I don't remember much the next day. So it's like, if I did have any like experiences, good or bad, I can't really recall them very much. So that could pose like obviously a problem. Could be dangerous. So yeah. It's fucking, is it like the best weed? So it kind of like goes, and I also don't have a buster. So it kind of like, yeah, doesn't stay lit very well. And I also talk a lot, so I feel like that also keeps the joints from not staying lit. Dietz used to be like, hit that whenever we were soaking, if we were like talking about stuff. I was like, don't talk to me about stuff, let's just smoke in silence.
And then talk.
Yeah. So for guys, the myth is drinking gives them liquid courage to ask a woman for sex, but then women complained he wasn't good due to whiskey dick. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I mean, I've never been, like, asked for sex, if that makes sense. Like, usually it just kind of, like, happens, you know? Like, the kissing, if I'm into it, it just, like, happens, you know? I never had someone be like, want to have sex. I did, just kidding. I did have someone fucking ask me that. Oh my God, okay? And it was the weirdest shit. It was so weird. So, oh my God. And he was like so much younger than me too. He was in his like early 20s. And I'm such a stoner that like I didn't even get his innuendos through text and shit. And this fucking guy thought we were just gonna go there to hang out because he's like, oh, I don't know anyone who's vegan and I don't have any vegan friends. So I'm like, oh, I'll be your vegan friend, you know? Like he smoked weed, he seemed chill, he's vegan, whatever. And then I go there and we're hanging out, and then he just like looks at me. He's like, "So you want to fuck?" And I'm like,
I think I remember you telling me this story.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably like called you or like texted you right after.
Ah, yes, I do. Okay, go on.
And I was like, I just like laughed in his face at first because it was hilarious. Like who said, just like fucking dead, like straight face, like looks at me. We had just smoked a blunt too, and he's like, "So you want to fuck?" And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?"
Wow.
I was like, "No." I'm like, we can hang out and eat food and chill, but we're not fucking, okay?
I mean, very bold of him.
Yeah, I'm also an idiot.
He shot his shot.
I feel like he sent a couple like text messages where like he had some like innuendos in there, but I was such an idiot. Like I just didn't pick up on it. Like he said something about like older women, and I was like, ha ha ha, like whatever. I was like, I'm not that old. Like I'm not like an older woman. You know what I mean? Like
for real. What the hell?
I'm like at that time.
How young was he?
He was like his early 20s. I think he was like 23 or something like that. So I guess like to him, I was like,
okay.
I was like more than like 10 years his senior. So I guess, but when I think of like older woman, I think of like an older woman, you know?
Yeah, like, of course, every time, even when like I mean, technically, yeah, to a teenager, I'm an older woman, but like to me, no, like a woman in her 60s.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's like anyone who's like, yeah, like 60 plus, like you're an older person, like you're
totally. Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking. He was like talking about an older woman, but he was talking about me. Like I'm the older woman, and I didn't even fucking get it. I was just like, haha, like didn't.
That's hilarious.
Laughed it off. Didn't even like. I don't even think I acknowledged the comment. I was like, okay, whatever. And then that happened, and I was like, God damn it! Like I can't believe this fucking guy. Like this is what happens when you hang out with children. God damn it.
Oh my God. Thought he was gonna bang a cougar.
Right?
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff.
So the move is to invite a woman over for Netflix, then you make your move. I think if you're with, if like the person that you invite over, like if you get the vibes that she's like into you, then like cool. But I feel like you can feel those vibes, you know? Like if someone is just like being nice and like friendly, that doesn't mean that they're like into you. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they're just a nice, friendly person. But like like you get some like vibes, you know? People like start talking a little differently through text. Maybe there's like more like smiley faces, you know, just like shit like that. Or like when you're talking to someone over the phone or in person, like you get like these different vibes where like, hey, I think this person might be interested. Then fucking come on over. Let's fucking, I'll make you some fucking food. We'll smoke a joint, see what happens. But like, usually you don't just like, I don't know, like I just don't get like not getting those vibes from someone and then inviting them over and then being like, so do you want to fuck?
Because maybe 50% of the time it works every time.
I think it's 60% of the time it works every time.
Oh well, that was the most recent thing. Oh, I don't know if I shared it with you. from my previous client was doing a sales thing, and he was saying that he said that in one of his videos. He's like, it works half of the time, and then somebody commented 50% of the time it works every time.
But yeah, so
yeah.
There were no. I don't know. Maybe I did miss an eggplant emoji. I don't fucking know. I was high a lot back then. Not that it was that long ago. I think it was only like a few years ago, a couple of years ago.
11. Yeah. So. And just weed, like not like any other kind of high. Just a massive pothead.
Just lots of weed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cher says your friend was the right age to fuck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cher likes younger men. So does Madonna, and lots of ladies do, and lots of men like younger women.
Mm-hmm. And lots of young women like older men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So I would just prefer someone that's like around my age.
Yeah, I feel like I pretty much vibe the best with those people. Like I've never really had a strong connection with a much older or much younger person.
No, not much older, much younger, no.
Although when I was 18, 19, I met my my first like serious relationship for 4 years. He was 9 years older than me, so I don't know, but he was still partying and drinking all the time, so
yeah.
that was the mentality I had at that age. We meshed well together because all of his friends did too, and we just had a giant 4-year party. It was great.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it changes as you like age too. Like I feel like as like women, when we're in like our early 20s, like we're into like older guys, like you don't want to date like a 21-year-old guy,
yes,
or like
that's true.
So, and then we get like a little bit older, and then we're like, ooh, like we're still like, okay, we're not going to date like, 21-year-olds or anything because they're still idiots. But then you're more into like your own age, I feel like. And then like as you get older, then maybe you start like being interested in like people that are like 20, 30 years younger than you and shit. So,
I've definitely thought about it. There's been a few younger lads that have caught my interest, and I've thought about it.
Like, so I'm 35, so I would go as young as probably like 28, 26. We'll do 26.
I'd say 26 sounds. I was gonna say 25, but 26 sounds like just the right.
Yeah.
Right.
26. That would be like the youngest that I would go. And you'd have to be like pretty legit, I feel like, just in general. Like I wanted to be with someone else, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
And then like older, I would probably go as old as like, I don't know, maybe like 42. I just don't feel like I want to get like.
You don't want gray bush?
Do I really want to date someone who's like 50, 55? Probably not, like.
Yeah, it's same. Like they'd have to be like just something. Yeah. I don't know. There'd have to be some crazy connection there.
Yeah. So.
But I think I'm on the same page as you.
I've never had a crush on a college professor because they were all old as shit.
I've never had a crush on a college. Sorry. Yeah, me neither, actually. I mean, my music teacher was cute, and like all the girls had crushes on him. But I never like, I was like, yeah, he's cute, but like I never had an interest or like attraction towards men that age when I was that age either.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He's not bad. He's all right. Not really my type, but you know.
Who's that? The Dune?
Yeah. Oh fuck. I guess I could have just shared the screen. Hang on a second. Damn it. It's like a photo. But yeah, 26. And yeah, 42. I think 42 would be like
the cutoff.
My cutoff for the other end of the spectrum. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm a little high right now. Excellent. Okay, so this is him. That's the Dune actor. He's 26.
Oh, he's not really my type. Like looks wise, I don't feel.
I mean, he's a handsome fella, but
yeah, he's cute for sure. For sure. I don't know. I like the more like, and he is actually kind of has a bit of a nerdy look to him, but he's almost like, it's like Zoolander. He's almost too perfect, you know?
Yeah.
I don't like the like super hot.
That's him. That's hot. That's so hot.
But Hansel, he's so hot right now. Hansel.
He's so hot right now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I guess that's my like age thing.
I agree with that. I'm around, I would say the same.
Yeah. Well, shall we get into, so I thought we could maybe talk a little bit about gaslighting today and how we're like gaslit and by so many people, and like even our government gaslights us, and like media, like mainstream media, the news, like we're gaslit like everywhere. Like people that we know gaslight us. It's just like it's everywhere. So that we could talk about that, because why not? And then I figured maybe we could talk a little bit about narcissism, since that's like the new thing now, where it's like everyone's a narcissist nowadays, you know? So I thought maybe we could talk about that, because I think like there are a lot of narcissists, but there's a big difference between like being like a full-blown like you're diagnosed with like narcissistic personality disorder, and versus like having narcissistic like traits, or maybe you have some narcissistic trait tendencies, just because of life and like, you know, how you're raised and just shit that's happened to you and whatever. And how like a lot of us probably have more like aren't narcissists, but share some like traits, you know, and tendencies with with narcissism. And then also I figured we could talk about fucking nanobots in dairy. So
yeah, I saw the caption. I'm like, what the fuck is happening now?
So it's hilarious.
Nanobots and dairy.
Yeah, and I also like it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about just like how automated dairy is now as like an industry, and how much they're utilizing like robotics and stuff. And it's funny because people that, you know, tend to be within like the dairy industry tend to be very like, you know, like they're not into like basically like just that like robots and like automating shit, when in reality like that's exactly what they're doing, but they're, you know, trying to say that they like employ all these people and like,
they're just like a happy family operation, where the cows are treated like family,
and they're like the most against, you know, obviously like plant-based options because they're like, oh, it's so unnatural. Meanwhile, they're like literally doing the most unnatural things to like these animals to like get this stuff out of them. And it's just like
that we don't even need.
Yeah. And now they're like using nanobots within the actual milk so that they can get rid of, I guess we could just talk about it now if you want, but to get rid of fucking this bacteria. So here I'll share the screen. Bear with me. But yeah, it's just incredible to me. Right here. Let's share this. Okay. So here it is. Fucking. So it's from the dairyreporter.com. So you know it's super legit, right? So robots to the rescue, how nanotechnology can help eliminate pathogens from dairy products. You know what else eliminates pathogens from dairy products? Not drinking dairy products. You could easily avoid pathogens by not doing that. So it says here, from causing ingestion in humans to being the main culprit for bovine mastitis, Staphylococcus aureus is behind major issues for dairy food manufacturers and consumers. This is because the bacteria produces staphylococcal enterotoxins, which cannot be easily eradicated through common hygiene procedures. Moreover, S. aureus can survive pasteurization and thermal processing, making its presence in dairy products particularly problematic. The other issue is we're coming up to like, people are like, oh my God, these like pandemics with the viruses, when like we should actually be worried about antibiotic resistance, because that is like way scarier and way more deadly and will pose a much larger problem for all of humans, is having like antibiotic resistant bacteria, where like even if you get a fucking cut, we'll go back to like the 1800s with those fucking crazy, mass where like you get a little cut and you fucking die from infection because
you get a urinary tract infection and you die. Like take an antibiotic and
so
live right now, but soon enough we will be immune to those, and the simplest things are going to
it won't be us that's immune to it, it'll be the bacteria that's immune to our antibiotics. So that, and like it's happening because all like billions of animals, actually even trillions, because they pump like fishes with tons of antibiotics too, but it's from the time that they're born until the time that they're killed, they're just pumped full of antibiotics. And even in like organic settings, all they do is just like pull that cow out and then give her antibiotics, and then they just don't pump, like they just don't add her milk to the actual like milk production portion of it. You know what I mean? Like they'll still milk her and stuff. It's just that milk won't be for human consumption, even though none of it's for human consumption. Because they're giving her antibiotics. So that's the only difference, is that they'll like pull that particular cow out of like the milking rotation, so that they can give her antibiotics. So okay, so now researchers claim to have discovered a way to bind, isolate, and remove S. aureus from dairy without adversely affecting milk microbiota. That's what, man, so many people are lactose intolerant. Like no one should be drinking, unless you are a calf or like a baby goat or like a baby camel. Like what other milks is there? Like if you're not a lamb, like a horse. So like if you're not of that species, you shouldn't be drinking their milk. Like, it's just bottom line. Like,
weird as fuck.
If you want milk, then like go ask a pregnant chick if she'll hook you up with some of her titty milk, because that's probably like the most
natural,
appropriate. Yeah, if you want to talk about natural and stuff, yeah, it's the most natural. But like, no one needs like milk in their adult life. Like, there's no reason for anyone to be like 30 years old and be drinking milk of any kind. So okay, so their solution is nanotechnology. So what is nanorobotics? Nanotechnology is one of the fastest growing fields in tech today. Whoa. It is projected to grow at I don't know what that means. CAGR of 36.4% from 2021 to 2030, and reach a valuation of 33.63 billion by the end of this decade. Hang on, I should look that up real quick. Compound annual growth rate. That's what that means.
Okay.
So, nanorobots, or nanobots for short, are microscopic organisms that can be between 1 to 100 nanometers in scale. They can be powered by chemical fuels or energy sources such as light, ultrasound, or magnetic fields, and perform a specific task such as deliver medicine to a specific disease site via blood vessels, or to isolate a specific pathogen from liquids. Sounds like a good idea, right? Extracting the bacteria. The latter option was what a cohort of scientists from the University of Chemistry and Technology Prague opted for in a bid to load, transport, and isolate S. aureus. I bet you they're probably doing this shit too because they know that antibiotic resistance is like an imminent threat and problem. So they're probably like trying to figure out ways to continue doing the same stupid shit and try and get ahead of the curve a little bit, you know. They designed magnetically propelled nanobots called mag robots, which were loaded with immunoglobulin containing antibodies. Since S. aureus produces there's that fucking word again. Immunoglobulin binding proteins. The researchers hoped this method would effectively identify the harmful bacteria as it would attach to the surface of the mag robots for removal from the liquid. During the experiment, the scientists observed just that. The S. aureus bacteria was isolated in chains that did not disintegrate even after the researchers switched off the magnetic field to help move the nano robots. The bacteria was then removed using a permanent magnet. To prove that the nanobots did not attract other types of naturally occurring bacteria, the researchers released the mag robots in a mixture containing E. coli, bacteria that does not produce immunoglobulin binding protein, along with S. aureus, only the latter attached to nanobot's surface. This selectively was also tested using Lactobacillus rhamnosus. And I'm just going to do the short version of that, E. cloaca, with no significant differences in the number of variable bacteria before and after treatment with the nanotechnology. So, yeah, basically what they're just saying is that they're able to use this like nanorobot technology to isolate that one particular type of bacteria from the milk. So according to the study, the method can be scaled up for use in the food industry and adapted to remove other bacteria that produces immunoglobulin binding proteins. In addition, the nanobots in the experiment were loaded with 2 antibodies, anti-rabbit IgG produced in goat and IgG from rabbit serum. I think that is Okay. So yeah, it's the same thing. That are said to be more affordable than commercially available anti-S. aureus antibodies. So basically they're using these like antibodies from other animals for these nanobots to like attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Attack that S. aureus.
Yeah. In
bacteria.
in the milk, it's going to isolate it, and then what? Just.
And then it has antibodies for it to like kill it off.
Okay, gotcha.
The
it's
cost,
just like, why? There's just sorry, go on.
Just say the cost of the motors used to propel the robots can be very low too, since the mag robots are based on iron oxides and polymers. Also, it should be noted that these mag robots can enter hard to reach places within a milk production plant and operate wirelessly. Finally, these motors can remove bacteria and also specifically isolate S. aureus from the subsequent determination and quantification.
Like, it's just so much and so complex for something that doesn't even need to exist. It's so crazy that we're at this point, that we're developing these types of projects or like science fucking, projects. And it's so weird.
I know. And it's like,
just another human idiot is going to go drink a gallon of milk now. Mm-hmm. Did you see that comment?
I didn't know.
I can't pin the comments.
I'm gonna drink a gallon of milk. Yeah. I lost my train of thought now. Fuck.
Oh, sorry, man.
That's okay. Oh, yeah. So all of these people who are like saying, that like in these vaccines, they put like whatever magnets and bullshit in them. Well, they're literally doing that with like milk to take out a bacteria that like, like people don't even need to be drinking this shit. But anyway, so they're like freaking out about that, but then will have absolutely no problem with drinking milk that's had fucking nanobots ripping through it, And they're like, oh, it's because like it's it's doing a good thing. It's like protecting us, it's taking out this bacteria, whatever. Like, it's so stupid. But yeah, so that's like the dairy industry and how ridiculous they are. But then they get pissed off that like they say, they're mad that you call plant milk. And it's like, but you're literally putting nanobots in your milk. So, and then also too, just the amount of, like we were saying before, just the amount of robotics that is in dairy industries and like even dairy industries, like within dairy facilities, and whether it's like a big or small place, like most of them have those like machines that they use to fucking milk the cows, or they have milking machines now where like the cow just walks through and then it like scans her barcode that she has on her fucking collar thing, and then it like records everything, and then it just like fucking, it's so messed up. It like cleans her udders. It's so sick. It's disgusting. And then it just like finds her teats and like hooks up to it. Like, it's wild. It's all just automated. So these people talk about, like, oh, like you're saying, or like we're just a family. Like, look at, we like employ all these people and blah blah blah. But that's not even what happens. They literally just have robots doing everything. They have like, they'll have this like super nice laptop and like pay for this software, and they have this like huge like board that has a bunch of buttons and shit, and like it's just like so it's just so automated and
mechanical.
But they're like pissed off about plant milk or this shit about like, oh, they're gonna make us eat fucking bugs and stuff, which is also stupid. But it's like, dude, you're already like moving towards this like dystopian reality. Maybe it's not necessarily for like the exploiter, like it's not really dystopian for them, but like they're creating a dystopian existence for someone else, and they don't even give a shit because they profit off of it. But like, oh, God forbid someone eats some like meat or flesh from, that's grown in a lab. But yeah, just let nanobots rip through the milk. No big deal. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
And like, it makes no sense, and I hate it.
I know. It reminds me of all the Regan Russell stuff is reemerging because it's like the anniversary of all that happening. Oh, like what was it, 3-4 years ago now?
Well, she died. She was killed in like the summer.
That's right. So then I guess there was a lot of stuff going on right now. They had made a documentary, I think, because it's like popping up. There's a whole bunch of Regan Russell stuff that's popping up in like memories and things that people are sharing. And there's one like pretty short, I think it's like a 15-minute kind of mini documentary, I guess, about the whole day and what happened and stuff. And when all the truckers came in support of all the truckers and showed up there and were like saying shit like she committed suicide, and those guys one of them was saying something along the lines of like, why can't these people just be civilized and like we like live in this world and blah blah blah. And it's just like they're all crazy and nuts, and like it's just fucked up that they're not civilized. And it's like, where did we go so wrong? Like that caring about the lives of other individuals and not wanting suffering like is not civilized. It's so fucking crazy. And the fact that somebody was literally just murdered by somebody who got off fucking clean. Well, I think that was another thing too. I think he's got a court date coming up in 2023, so maybe that's what it was that I saw.
I think that's all done with. He was charged, or maybe he hasn't gone to court, but
I think not. But he's only being charged. He's like, it's nothing. He's not getting charged with murder.
No, it's not a criminal offense. It's just a traffic offense. But I saw like some of these idiots. Like one person had a sign that said like, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." And it's like, dude, she was.
Yeah.
Cut
the majority of comments. The majority of comments on this, it's Cape Light Films full Regan Russell documentary. Like on the original post, that's what's being shared. But on the original post, like she tried to act like she didn't see the truck coming. LMAO, maybe don't get in the way of a big truck. Have some common sense. Like probably shouldn't have been in the way. Could have easily been avoided. It's like comments like that. It's just fucking mind-blowing that and I just, oh my god, I feel so bad for her partner and her parents who can see all these comments too. Like that's so fucked up to say. Oh my god,
I would like,
it's just
oh my god,
crazy to me.
I feel like if I was like her
her partner posted trial for the driver is in March. He received a traffic ticket. Apparently it takes 3 years to get a court date for a traffic ticket. Sad state of affairs in the Halton regional courts.
Damn. Yeah, so it's just a traffic offense. Brutal.
And somebody was asking if they're finally going to release the footage because the police have footage, right? Of it happening. And they refused to release it. But Mark said, I think he said it depends on what happens with the traffic ticket. Yeah.
They should just release it anyway. Like, what the fuck? And release the guy's name.
Yeah, they should. Isn't his name isn't it known? Like, hasn't it been?
I don't know. If it is, I don't know what it is.
I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody was posting his name. But yeah, so anyway, that reminded me of it's just the insanity. And they all think that we're the insane ones, and like they're banding together and making fun of, you know, people that care about suffering and and don't want that for others. It's just fucked. Like it's what you say, you know, this world is not conducive for people who have compassion and empathy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that documentary. It's pretty good. It's sad.
There's two. There's that one, which yeah, it's of course it's so sad, especially when you like see like it's like, so there's the one documentary that's the 15-minute one, but then I think there's a longer one. It's called,
that's the one I've seen, yeah.
And that's the one that actually shows her body, like at the end.
Mm-hmm. They ripped her in half and like dragged her body. Half of her body is like up with like the front of the cab, and then the other half is like way back behind the.
It's really like by the trailer. It's super traumatic. Like, oh my God. And then those poor people who were there the day that it happened, and like, fuck. And the guy didn't even get out of the truck until the fucking police came out of his truck.
Yeah. He was probably afraid of the activists. He's probably like, oh my God, they're going to like try and do something to me. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like what's going through his head.
Like, he had to have known that she was dead, right? Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
100%. He killed her. He fucking ran her over. He saw her. He knew she was there. He knew, like, you can't miss the woman. Like, she's
when
tall,
you watch both of the
documentaries,
hair,
like, you
and they show you the angle
her.
that he was at, and like the view, you see his point of view.
Like, there's no way. He fucking ran. He was pissed the fuck off. He was in the wrong lane. He was trying to make a fucking right turn from the fucking left lane. Like, no truck driver ever. You don't need to take a wide turn when you're going right like that. No. It's just like, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was pissed off. He was in the wrong lane. He was clearly like agitated and angry, and he fucking murdered her. And everyone was like, she was a truck killed her. Like, no, fuck, a truck didn't kill her. It was a human driving. It's not like people are like, oh, a gun killed that person. He was killed by a gun. Yeah, that's the gun killed. Like, no, the fucking human was the one that killed the person. They just used a truck or a gun or a knife or whatever. Like,
yeah,
it was so frustrating. And
yeah, I know. We were like trying so hard to fucking do something about that. Remember, like
trying to find out the guy's like license
plate. Find out, who he was. We were like gonna hire a private investigator.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm pretty sure his name has been outed. Like I'm sure I've seen it in some of the Toronto vegan or some sort of activist group or whatever. But I guess Mark knows who he is already because he knows when his court date is. So everybody's gonna have to know or will know anyway that day, because I'm sure there's gonna be a fucking shit ton of people going to the courthouse that day.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
But then the other thing too was that the truckers held or started a GoFundMe for that fucking guy and his family and raised
$100,000.
Raised $100,000. Was it $100,000 in total?
And then I get attacked by a dairy farmer, and I don't even like try and take it to court, even though I totally could, because I know that I wouldn't be able to raise enough money to have like a decent lawyer.
Yeah.
Even
that's the thing. These industries, like these dairy farms and these farmers, are propped up by the fucking government. As we know, they're in bed together, and you should like, it's not going to be. You can't like, look, they got away with murder.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that farmer murdered you, nothing would have happened to him.
Nothing. I know. Like I could have
You're
died.
so lucky he didn't fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, depending on how you look.
I wouldn't want to go out that way.
No, yeah.
I wouldn't want to be killed.
Being a little dark.
By someone like that, you know?
Yeah, no.
Like I'd rather go on my own terms. But if he would have killed me, and like he could have, like he had me in a fucking like my neck in between his thighs, like choking me. Like what do you call that? Like a scissor hold or scissor choke or whatever the fuck you call it.
Sure.
I don't fucking know.
Yours thigh gap. I don't know.
Yeah. But he was like choking me like that, and I was like hanging on to my phone like this, and my head was in between his and he's just like squeezing, and I'm like getting to the point
so
where
for context, she was with a friend and they were just driving down the highway and saw a calf farm, right? Like it was a bunch of
it was dairy calves. So we were droning that day, which is perfectly legal. And we were driving, we were done for the day. And so we were driving back, and we were in an area that's like a huge dairy area. There's so many like dairy exploiters there. And when you have that many cows that have calves, like you need to do something with the calves. And so there's a lot of like, I don't know, calf ranches or
their hutches.
What would you call that? Like a calf ranch or like a calving facility?
I guess. And I feel like everybody has seen them at this point. You know, there's some footage of them where you like literally it's just rows and rows and rows and rows of little fucking hutches for calves.
Yeah, and so we drove by one of these places, and it looked kind of like newer, and they had like different looking hutches that we've never seen before. So we're just like, oh, let's just pull in. And the gate was wide open. It's not like we had to open anything, and we just were in our car, drove in, and I started filming. And it was like a 1.5 minute long video. It wasn't even that long. Maybe it was even less than 1.5 minutes. Maybe it was like a minute. And so we just like pulled in and then turned around, and he like saw me filming when we turned around, and he fucking jetted to his truck and like ripped around and then blocked us as we were already past his like property line, and he blocked us in so we couldn't leave. And I'm an idiot and left my window open. And I was still recording, and I had my phone in my lap, and he fucking walks up and is like, can I help you? And then fucking goes like head first into the car and like grabs my phone out of my lap. So that's like assault right there. You just like literally stole my property, and you came into the fucking car like you fucking weirdo.
Psycho.
Yeah. And then he wouldn't give the phone back, and like my investigation documenting partner at the time, we were like trying to talk to him, and like he's like, oh, like why are you filming? And we're like, why does it matter? Like, he's like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, and we're like, okay, then why does it matter if we're filming? Like, if you're not doing anything wrong, then like this shouldn't be a problem. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have to delete this video. Like, you have to delete it. And we're like, yeah, we'll delete the video, but like, you need to give us the phone back. And he just like would not give the phone. We like tried everything. Like, I was like, hey, fine. Like, I'll walk you through how to delete the video, and then you have to give me my phone. Like, we tried like every scenario, like every option, and we just like couldn't talk him into giving me my phone. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. Like, I'm getting my phone back. Like, there's a lot of shit on that phone that like I didn't need anyone to like go through or anything. And so I just like went for it and tried to grab my phone, and that's when like a tussle happened. But he was the one who came in. He assaulted me first. Like, you took my private property off of my body. Like, you came into the car. And we weren't even on his property at that point. And he like blocked us in. And so, from there,
man, that's that could be what's it called? Like like not kidnapping, but like when you hold somebody against their will. There's a word for that.
I don't know what that is, but holding someone against
entrapment. Not entrapment.
I don't think it's entrapment, but
no.
but yeah. Extortion? No, I don't think that's extortion. But anyway, but yeah, so yeah. I don't know how, like, it's a bit of a blur because it was like, you know, a lot happened in like a very short amount of time. And anyways, we were just like I was getting my phone back, whether he wanted to give it back to me or not. Mm-hmm. And we ended up like so much farther down on his property because he was like pulling me because I wouldn't let go. And I was like, kept trying to grab my phone. And I wasn't like hitting him or like punching him or doing any of that stuff. I was just trying to get my phone. And like I was using him as like a way to like get to my phone, you know? And then he like somehow got me on the ground, and like Steve, he had ran back to put his glasses away. And by the time like he did all of that, like this man had me on the ground and my head in between his legs. And I'm like trying to like grab my phone like this. And he's just like squeezing like harder and harder on my neck. And there's like more pressure on my neck to the point where I was like, I can't breathe. Scary. Like, oh my God. Yeah. And so at this point, I think I had like grabbed my phone, but I was like freaking out because I also couldn't breathe. So I'm like yelling, like I can't breathe as I'm like hanging onto my phone. And then like I finally like grabbed it, like, and yanked it out of his hand. And when he did that, he started like loosening up on, or when I did that, he started loosening up on his like grip. And then Steve came back and I like got out of his like fucking thigh hold, chokehold grip that he had on me. And I got out of that and I started like, and I was like, let's go. I got my phone and I like get back to the car and I turn around because like Steve's not behind me and I just see this guy on Steve like just punching him and I was like, oh my fucking God, how the hell did this happen? So I like threw my phone in the car and I'm like running back. Yeah. And Steve just like grabbed a rock and was like, it's like, if you fucking hit me one more time, I'm smashing with this fucking rock. Oh my God. And the guy was like, hey, fine. Fucking and got off of him and I was like, let's fucking go. Jesus Christ. And at this point, like when he had me on the ground with my neck in between his legs, his fucking wife had come out and she's like freaking out and screaming and she's on the phone with 911. Oh my God. And we only had access to listen to those calls one time. Like, that's it. And we had to, like, put in a request for it. Like, they didn't even want to give us access to the 911 recordings. Because, like, you could probably hear on the recording, like, me either screaming, like, I can't breathe, let me go, or something like that. But, yeah. And then in his statement, he lied so much and said that we wouldn't delete the video and that he only took my phone after we got out of the car. But like in the video, you could see him like coming in and then like whatever, grabbing the phone. And then the video goes dark after that. And I showed the cops the video. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, look at this. I'm like, I'm not saying anything, but I have this video that, you know, this is all I need. Like, this is my statement, is this video. So I didn't even like give a statement to the cops or anything. The only thing I said was we just saw the cute calves and wanted to see them, and that was it. And
and he had no reason to believe that you weren't doing that. Like, that's just mental. And he very easily could have killed you, and it was wild. He would have gotten away with it.
He was, in his statement, he also said that he like yelled at his wife to like take their kid, that he'll protect them from us and that he won't let us hurt them. And I'm like, he even said in a statement that I was like 100 pounds. Like, what am I going to do? You know?
Yeah.
So I could have died that day. I really could have.
Yep.
It's pretty wild.
You could have, and he would have gotten away with it. Like,
he 100% would have gotten away with it. Yeah, for sure. They would have been like, why are they, like, they shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, what?
They would have seen the footage. They would have put it together that you have been involved in animal rights stuff before, and then they would have been like, oh, well, that's too bad. She wanted to die.
Yeah.
she wanted to die. She was
asking for it.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was quite the
Yeah, I remember when all that fucking crazy shit went down.
Oh my god, yeah. I had a bloody lip. I think I had blood coming out of my nose. I had like some scratches here.
You were banged up.
I had scratches all over like my hands and shit from like the rocks, like the gravel and shit. It was wild. And then I get arrested. I was like, what? Come again?
Yeah, so fast forward, they get in their car and drive, and then next thing there's the cop car behind them, and they get pulled over, and did they arrest you on the side of the highway?
Yes.
Both of you?
Yes. Yeah. And they towed Steve's car to some.
Did you have to pay to get it? No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
The nice thing though is that the police station was like pretty close to his house, so we could just like walk back.
Oh, sweet.
Walk back to his place. We like smoked a joint and then went and picked up his car because the place was open late too. They're like, yeah, we got you, don't worry. So that was good. Yeah. But yeah, I just like we get arrested, and then the next day we were waiting for a call back from like the lead officer on the case, because we're like, we want to press charges against this fucking guy. Like, he literally assaulted me, you know? Like, he assaulted me. He stole my property.
Did they take pictures, by the way?
They did, yeah. They took pictures. Yeah. And they took pictures of him, too. And they took pictures of him at his house, like, outside. And he's, like, smiling and all this shit and, like, all happy-go-lucky and, like, oh, I just defended my family.
He's a true hero.
Yeah, he's like a good man. He's a good man.
Yeah. Hardworking fucking Canadian farmer.
He's a Canadian patriot.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, and then I had to get fingerprinted on my birthday, and that was a fuck around too, because oh my god, there's no one there at first. So we had to like wait until someone showed up. We couldn't just leave because then you get shit if you don't show up. And then it's like like they don't do the ink. It's just like a scan. And so the problem with that is like I have really sweaty hands, and so it took like so much longer for them to get my fingerprints because I had to keep drying like my hands and stuff, and they do like every finger and like your palm and shit.
Yeah. When I had to get fingerprints, it was still the ink, because that was like
it was 84 years ago.
It was 84 years exactly. Yeah, it was very long time ago. But yeah, that's crazy. So it took a little bit longer, eh?
Yeah, so that was pretty annoying. And then we ended up getting a 12-month peace bond because like we just had a pro bono lawyer that whatever, like we could have gone to court and I think we would have won, but we just didn't have thousands of dollars to do that, like tens of thousands. And anyway, so we took the peace bond. So it was basically like be on your best behavior for 12 months. Don't get in trouble for anything, and this will be wiped off your record. Like you won't have any like charges or anything. Because I was charged. Like I was charged with assault and mischief. So like that's not good. Especially the assault part. Like Ugh. So that could have been like a really big problem for me, like traveling and, you know, going to different countries and stuff. Cause like having an assault charge on your record, like that's not.
Yeah, you don't want that. But that's also super fucked that they can give you that charge when like that's like they don't, I don't know, like they can see in the video how it all happened and like it's was it him that charged you or the police that
was
charged you?
The cops.
So that's fucked. That's so fucked that they can do that.
We were in that area where it's like it's called Feedlot Alley. So there's, you know, like there's that, like it's literally just animal agriculture.
Yeah, it's all culture, like hardcore protected, right?
Yeah, and so these like RCMP
forcible confinement.
Yeah,
that's what that word is. What I was looking for.
Okay. Yeah, he forcibly confines those calves, so he had no problem.
Exactly.
Forcefully confining us on his fucking property.
Just another day at the farm on the feedlot, like.
Yeah, the calf feedlot, just like hundreds of babies, like literal babies. You know,
he probably just thought he was working.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I do.
He's like, I'm about to wrangle these children, these adult children.
I'm going fucking,
Anyway, yeah, so that was pretty crazy. I almost died.
That was an intense thing that happened to you. Holy shit. I'm glad you're alive still. I'm glad some fucking farmer didn't.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad that
you.
Fucker didn't. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't end me, because fuck that. I
probably would have avenged you.
I hope so. I hope that like a lot of my friends would have avenged me. That's my thing. Like if I
definitely would have avenged you.
Especially like if I'm murdered by like an animal exploiter, like you must avenge my death. You must, or at least pay someone else to avenge my death. You know.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Hire a hitman. It's fine.
This is just like on YouTube for everyone. Like this is, you're gonna have to delete these if anything ever happens to me.
Make sure you fucking have all the passwords and shit in a file for me.
Yes.
Some shared document, please. Like, and yeah, we both, you know, we'll have things to do for each other if the other one goes first. Whoever goes first has the responsibility of fucking. The other one has the responsibility. Yeah.
Definitely. Like if we're murdered, like.
Hopefully we don't get murdered together.
Yeah. Then what?
Well, whatever. I mean, then we're dead. We're just dead.
Yeah, it's true.
It's fine.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, that's a story and a half. You know what? One day we'll have to go through, because I have the disclosure package that has like all of the calls, like the dispatch when like the call came in, just like, oh, this is what was, you know, said, but not like what was actually said. It's just like a summarized version. Yeah. And then it has like the statements, and then it has like all of our photos and the cops' statements and like what they wrote and all that kind of shit, and like what they were recommending for like the Crown to pursue charges for and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll have to like go through that one day because it's pretty funny.
Yeah, we definitely need to take a stroll down memory lane with that one for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's funny.
What a fucking wild thing to happen to, you know, just like instant aggressive mode. These are the people that fucking are producing, you know, this food for humans.
It's not even food.
Excuse me, that's a food.
It's like,
excuse me. Can't even fucking call it food without feeling sick.
Right.
It's not. It's yeah. And these are the people like that we, you know, entrust to take care. Like anybody even really gives a shit about the animal welfare. the animals' welfare.
No one cares.
I mean, people want to pretend like they do. And there are people that do. They're called vegans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So there's all of that. Do
you want to do a little tiny mini break?
Yeah.
I just want to put my kettle back on and refill my tea.
Yeah, let's do a break.
Smoke a little bowl, come back.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I have a game too that I'm wondering, like, obviously we have other stuff that you want to talk about, but I also have a game that we can possibly have on in the background and still talk and do our thing, but like you can see the game too, and it's a game that like we could kind of play together.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could try it. We'll try it.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
What?
Do you know who just texted me?
Who?
Danielle.
No. Really? Why? What'd she say?
She said, "Happy birthday, stranger. Hope you're good." But literally, and like, it's been 2 years. 2 years.
It's been 2 years. Wow, that's wild.
Weird, man. That's weird.
That is weird.
That was a fun vacation.
Good times.
Oh my god. I've never ever wanted to like punch my friend in the face.
Yeah. She's a punchable person, that's for sure.
It definitely almost happened. Like I've never punched. Actually, that's not true. I have another fucking crazy story. Back in my wild and crazy days, I did punch my friend in the face, but she asked me to.
What is what asked you to?
Oh,
like
man.
Genuinely asks you, not like, oh, just hit me, but like, just let's see what it feels like.
No, literally, it was like that. It's like there's a whole fucking backstory.
Oh shit!
It's crazy. It's a fucking nutso story. Had a lot
of
wild times for sure. But yeah, that was it's under totally different circumstances, but this time, as you know, when I was on vacation with this particular individual, it was it almost happened. And I don't like to do shit like that, like I feel bad when people get punched and hurt, and like seeing people get hurt is not fun for me. Definitely don't enjoy it.
Depends on the person, I think.
Even still, like watching somebody get like a violent beating, I just can't, even if they fucking did the worst possible things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It's hard to watch someone get the shit kicked out of them, but I feel like if the person deserves it, like they deserve it, but you don't have to watch it, obviously.
Totally. I'll feel good about it happening.
You're just like, I just don't want to see it.
Like if it's, some pedo or whatever, and like fucking, absolutely. Just
yes.
I'll just want to know about it.
All right, want to do this little break then?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna remove us. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
I'm just laughing. Nikki Grimms's post.
Oh.
He goes, is anyone surprised? So you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
Can you read what his shirt says?
Pro science, pro
Health.
Pro vaccine. Oh.
And he wrote a little song.
Yeah, that's on his YouTube. I think I've seen that.
So he goes, and his caption is anyone surprised? Hashtag professional cringe distributor. Hashtag this is the best. Hashtag save some virtue for the rest of us. Oh man, fuck. That whole conversation about him, that Nikki posted like the other day was fucking crazy. And then
I saved that photo of like
of what he said,
of the screenshots of like what the fuck's his name?
John Sackers,
that's it. John Sackers.
Yeah.
Of what he said.
I had never seen that nor heard about those things, but I already knew though from you that like there were some weird things that he's said and done, and so yeah, I already had like kind of a weirded out vibe from him, especially after we did that interview with him. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then when the whole COVID shit started happening and he was like basically getting to the level of Trev Miller with all that shit, I was just like, okay, now it's time. Like, it's time to be rid of you. And then, yeah, I saw that post and I was like, man, this person is a very sick person.
Yeah, he's really fucked up. I've seen like posts from him where he's talking about wearing like women's underwear and how his girlfriends are like cool with them giving him his underwear so that he can wear it, and like that it makes him feel closer to like women or some weirdo shit like that. And I was like, you know, like if you've got your kinks and stuff, like cool, whatever, like live your life. But you don't need to like broadcast that shit on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of creepy to me. And he gives me like the kind of vibe of person who's like, who like tries to get into like female spaces by way of like, oh, I'm this like feminist and like look at me wearing women's underwear in like such like a non-creepy way, because I'm just like not a creep when he really is a creep. And I just don't think he's like this harmless person. Like he looks like someone who would like murder you and then wear your skin after.
Yeah, he's definitely,
that's the vibe I get.
Not, I don't even know how to describe him, but yeah, it is very, very creepster McGee vibes. And now he's writing songs about being vaccinated, and he just, yeah, like exactly what what's his face Nikki was saying. He just gives vegans such a bad name, right? Because his shit is like super cringe. He's just super cringe and weird, and like gives off those vibes that you're saying, you know, and then people just associate him with all vegans, and it's like, no, we don't want him. He's in his own category. He's with Trev Miller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real. So
anyway, yeah, that guy is just, yeah,
Yeah, he is crazy. Want to do the narcissist stuff?
Speaking of crazy, yeah, let's do it.
What are you saying? Speaking of crazy.
Just narcissists.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the more chill one since we're talking about narcissists. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I thought this was pretty good. Excuse me, I'm getting sleepy.
If you're worried about this question, the answer is probably no. If you worry that you're a narcissist. Yeah.
Right?
Not.
Yeah, you're probably not. So
I have worried it. I have, in fact, worried.
Me too.
That I'm a narcissist.
Me too. But we might have some narcissistic tendencies, but we're definitely not narcissists. So
yeah, not full blown.
Yeah, no. So it says here, if you worry that you are a narcissist, you're probably not. That's because, and this is written by, what's this person? It doesn't say. I thought it did. But anyways, it's written by someone who is in this field of psychology. So it says that's because in my experience, people who actually have narcissistic personality disorder or a narcissistic style rarely wonder or worry about their narcissism. Narcissists generally have little interest in introspection, wouldn't want to know or even care that they might be narcissistic, would justify any narcissistic behavior they exhibit. If you are concerned, read the following 24 statements derived from my clinical and research experience to be characteristics of people with narcissism. Identify any statements that would describe you most or all of the time. Okay, so number one, I expect special treatment in life. Nope, just decent treatment would be great.
Yeah, just don't be mean.
I become furious if I feel slighted or not respected. No, I think it depends on like what the situation is.
Yeah, like, totally.
Like not like furious though. Definitely not. Like I'd be like annoyed or I might get like frustrated, but not like furious. And it would depend, on the situation. And
100%. Like I usually don't let a lot of things faze me unless it's like, I have a deep attachment or has deep meaning. My kids, my friends, that kind of stuff.
I view most people as losers. No,
I don't think most people are losers.
I think all humans are trash.
Yeah.
Not all humans are losers.
No.
I know a couple of losers.
Yeah, we all do.
Everyone. I don't believe in apologizing or accepting blame. No. I'll do anything to avoid feeling flawed or illegitimate. No.
No.
Yeah, right. I lack empathy for others. Hard no. I must have attention and admiration. No.
Only by the people I love, from the people I love.
Yeah. I'm quick to replace partners when a relationship ends.
Fuck no.
I view the world in right or wrong, black and white terms. No. Certain things, yes, but not like the world, like not the world. Like there's lots of things that are very nuanced for sure. But there's certain things that are just right and wrong and pretty black and white. So, but that's not the entire world. I find fault in almost everyone I know. No. I don't think everyone's perfect, but I don't find something wrong with everyone I know. I'd rather talk than listen.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the person that I'm with.
Yep, exactly. That I'm conversing with or listening to.
Yeah. I see no problem with manipulating others if it gets me what I want. No. I don't think I've like ever intentionally manipulated someone.
Yeah. No.
Maybe my parents to get what I want.
Yeah.
But not like other people in my life, I don't think. I am quick to hold grudges and slow to forgive. That's pretty accurate. I feel like it takes me a long time to forgive, and I definitely do. I don't know if I'm quick to hold grudges, but
I was just gonna say,
grudges.
yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm not quick to hold grudges, but and it really depends on the circumstance with the forgiving thing too. Yeah, depends on the circumstance, the other person, a lot of factors there. That's not black and white at all.
I look down on most people.
No.
I'm almost never wrong.
Check. I think we got one. Oh man, that's like Ray would laugh so hard. He would be like, "Yeah, that's 100% you."
Me or you?
Me.
Oh, okay, I was like, what? Fuck Ray.
No, me. Well, that's like his, perception, opinion of me, or not opinion, perception.
I am jealous of others' good fortune. No, I'm happy when.
Yeah.
Especially like when it's someone that like I know and care about, like I'm super happy for them. If it's like an animal exploiter and they get good fortune, I'm like, no, obviously I'm not going to be happy for you. I'm also not going to be jealous of you, but I won't be happy for you. I feel like you don't deserve good fortune. But I get enraged or withdraw when I don't get what I want. No.
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
I seek to punish others who disappoint me every day.
Who disappoint me? Oh my God, that would like you just be punishing everybody.
I know. Everyone's a disappointment. I have a few really close friends. That's kind of true. I have like, I wouldn't say like just a few. I probably have like 1, 2, probably like 4.
Yeah.
Like really, really close friends, like really, really, really close. And then I have like close friends too, you know? And then I just have like acquaintances. So.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same.
I take advantage of others to reach my goals. No. I bully others to get what I want. No. I feel like I get bullied sometimes for people to get what they want, you know? I demand absolute loyalty from those close to me. That's like insanity.
What does that even mean also?
Right?
Like you're not allowed to talk to anybody else. Just me.
I've like known people who have like, say they've broken up with somebody and then they're like, you can't talk to this person anymore. Like you can't be their friend. And it's like, but like I was their friend before you guys started dating, or you know what I mean? Or like I'm mad at this person, so you just can't talk to them anymore. Yeah. Or it's like you have to like drop everything for me to show like your loyalty, or like you know, like you have to do maybe things that you don't want to do.
Yeah. I actually had a friend who was like, not consciously, I'm sure it was very subconscious, but like would get jealous, you know, when I hung out with other friends, and wasn't hanging out with her a lot. I spent a lot of time with her when I was younger and we were really close. And yeah, like, so that's, you know, there are people out there, I guess, like that demand loyalty. From those close to them.
Most rules don't apply to me.
I don't know. I mean,
depends on the rule, I guess.
I break a lot of rules, but like not ones that are gonna harm others or, you know.
I like this last one. Most people want to be like me.
Oh my God. Hell no.
Oh God. So it says, well, many people might say that a handful of these statements could describe their thoughts or behaviors from time to time, unless you answered yes to at least a third of these questions, 8 out of 24, you are unlikely to have strong narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic personality disorder. On the other hand, if you answered yes to 8 or more of these questions, you may well have unhealthy narcissistic tendencies. The more you answered affirmatively, the more pronounced that narcissism may be. If this concerns you, you may wish to seek a qualified therapist for consultation.
I wonder what like a legit full-blown narcissist would actually think when reading this. Like if they would still see it right there, it's like in their face,
They probably wouldn't care.
diagnosed. 22 out of 22 yeses, you know, 24.
24 out of 24. They probably just wouldn't care, honestly.
Yeah.
So I have another one too. There's 15 signs you're dealing with a narcissist. This one's pretty good too.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna share my fucking screen now. Okay. So there's this one. So it's been shown that individuals who have NPD often require constant admiration, show arrogance, entitlement, envy, exploitativeness, lack of empathy, self-importance, and more. Sound like fucking great people, if you ask me. So we can just go through the summaries of these instead of like, I mean, we could read the whole thing, but the summary of this one, which is superiority and entitlement. So it says superiority is one of the main indications you're dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists have to be the best, the most right, and the most competent, do everything their way, own everything, and control everyone. That sounds like a good time. Exaggerated need for attention and validation. I feel like with social media that kind of feeds to it, like building some like enhancing or like making someone's narcissistic tendencies even more like pronounced and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know? So the summary for this one, which is exaggerated need for attention and validation. So it says narcissists constantly need attention and validation. They constantly try to elicit praise and approval from others to shore up their fragile egos. But no matter how much they're given, they always want more. You can spot a narcissist through their extremely high need for everything to be perfect. They believe they should be perfect. You should be perfect. Events should happen exactly as expected, and life should play out precisely as they envision it. God, that sounds so exhausting. This is an excruciatingly impossible demand, which results in the narcissist feeling dissatisfied and miserable much of the time. The demand for perfection leads the narcissist to complain and be constantly dissatisfied. Narcissists believe that everything should be perfect. This is impossible and often. Okay, that's like a summary of the summary, I guess. Great need for control. So narcissists want and demand to be in control, and their sense of entitlement makes it seem illogical to them that they should be in control of everything. Lack of responsibility. Narcissists never want to be responsible unless everything goes their way. They often place all the blame and responsibility on someone else to maintain their own facade of perfection. Lack of boundaries. So this one has two summaries, a summary of a summary. So let's do this nice longer one. Narcissists believe that everything belongs to them and everyone thinks and feels the same as they do. If they want something from you, they'll go to great lengths to figure out how to get it. Narcissists have very little ability to empathize with others. This lack of empathy is a hallmark sign of narcissism. Narcissists tend to be selfish and self-involved and are usually unable to understand what other people are feeling. They expect others to think and feel the same way as they do and seldom give any thought to how others feel. I know people like that. They are rarely apologetic, remorseful, or guilty. Some narcissists also lack an understanding of the nature of feelings. They don't understand how their feelings occur. Could you imagine that? Just like not like understanding like where your feelings come from, or like
they think their feelings are caused by someone or something outside of themselves. Like,
yeah, they think, yeah,
that's yeah.
They think their feelings are caused by someone or something outside of themselves. They don't realize that their feelings are caused by their own biochemistry, thoughts, and interpretations. In a nutshell, narcissists always think you cause their feelings, especially the negative ones. They conclude that because you didn't follow their plan or because you made them feel vulnerable, you are to blame. It's all your fucking fault. This lack of empathy makes true emotional connection and relationships with narcissists difficult or impossible. Whether you're dating one or were raised by a narcissist, they just don't notice what anyone else is feeling. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a pretty, I don't know, like it's just hard to comprehend being in that state of mind, you know, where you just can't take any responsibility for anything. Everything is everybody else's fault.
Right? Like even your own feelings, you just blame that on everyone else. Like
what a crazy existence to have.
Right? Like sometimes something that happens to you, you know, like maybe somebody else's actions hurt you and then you're upset. That's understandable, but it's like that feeling is still your feeling, you know? Like, yeah, it was caused by, you know, something that was harmful to you, but that's meant to tell you like, okay, I don't want this harmful thing to happen to me anymore because it makes me feel a certain way. So I'm going to make sure that I don't like engage in that or whatever, you know, you remove yourself from whatever situation is causing that feeling. So you have to like, you know, take ownership of your shit, take ownership of like how you feel and, you know, remove yourself from situations that make you feel like shit, make you unhappy or whatever. So or harm you.
Exactly.
So perceiving everything as a threat. Oh my God, even when saying I'm sorry or I love you when the narcissist is on edge and angry can backfire. They won't believe you and may even misperceive your comment as an attack. Holy hell. So the lack of ability to correctly read body language is a common narcissist trait. They frequently misread subtle facial expressions and are typically biased towards interpreting facial expressions as negative. Holy shit.
Jesus.
Emotional reasoning. Narcissists make most of their decisions based on how they feel about something. They always look to something or someone outside themselves to solve their feelings and needs. The narcissist personality is split into good and bad parts, and they also split everything in their relationships into good and bad. Holy fuck. Any negative thoughts or behaviors are blamed on you or others, whereas they take credit for everything that is positive and good. Oh my God. They deny their negative words and actions while continually accusing you of disapproving. Oh my God. They also remember things as completely good and wonderful or as bad and horrible. They can't seem to mix these two constructs. A few examples of a narcissist splitting behavior and action. Marty labeled the whole vacation ruined and the worst ever because the hotel room didn't meet his expectations and the weather wasn't perfect. Oh my God. Bob was blamed for 20 years because he wasn't there when his wife had their first child, even though he was stranded in Chicago in a snowstorm.
Oh my God.
Alice's husband dismissed her concerns about the $30,000 cost for the new landscaping because he loved it. Narcissists are unable to see, feel, or remember both the positive and the negative in a situation. They can deal with only one perspective at a time, theirs.
Crazy.
Fear of rejection and ridicule. This is another kind of long summary. Narcissists are constantly afraid of being ridiculed, rejected, or wrong, and often struggle trusting other people. Anxiety is ongoing. an ongoing vague feeling that something bad is happening or about to happen. Some narcissists show their anxiety by talking constantly about the doom that is about to happen, while some hide and repress their anxiety. But most narcissists project their anxiety onto their closest loved ones, accusing them of being negative, unsupportive, mentally ill, not putting them first, not responding to their needs, or being selfish. Oh my God. Could you imagine like one of your kids growing up and like they're actually like a full-blown like they have NPD, like narcissistic personality disorder? Like, oh my God, that would be such a struggle.
Yeah. No, thank you.
As you feel worse and worse, the narcissist feels better and better. In fact, they feel stronger and more superior as you feel your anxiety and depression grow. They're like energy vampires. They like literally suck the energy right out of you. Deeply repressed shame. Narcissists harbor a lot of shame and often bury their insecurities, fears, and rejected traits that they are constantly on guard to hide from everyone, including themselves. An inability to be truly vulnerable. Because of their inability to understand feelings, their lack of empathy, and constant need for self-protection, narcissists can't truly love or connect emotionally with other people. That's sad. That's a sad, sad life.
Yeah.
And number 15, an inability to communicate or work as part of a team. Narcissists don't have the capacity or the motivation to think about other people's feelings.
Yikes.
Oh my God.
One of my best friends is living with one of those.
Really?
And has 3 children with them.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, I pray for her every day. She's got like the most craziest stories. He's just full blown and an alcoholic too.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's she needs to get out.
I dated 2 alcoholics. Can you believe that? 2 alcoholics. It's crazy.
Yeah. No bueno.
No. And they weren't
never again.
No. After the last alcoholic guy that I dated, I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. And I didn't. I haven't.
I thought you were going to say after the last alcoholic person I dated. Wasn't she kind of? No?
Oh, I guess. Kind of.
A little bit.
A little bit, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's
so
true.
So like 2.5 people then.
No, that would make it 3. Oh no, I guess, yeah. No, I guess 2.5. Like, was she an alcoholic? Like, I don't know.
I mean, like you would know better than me, but
it wasn't
I feel like maybe it was just that a lot of your problems stemmed from that, like the emotions and they would come out when
it would be amplified for sure.
Yeah.
But like those weird ass emotions would happen if there was
all the time
involved or not.
Yeah. Okay.
It was all the time.
Fair enough.
But I wouldn't say she was like an alcoholic to the degree where like the other people that I dated, it was like anytime we went out, like there's alcohol involved. Like it was every time getting like super drunk. Like it was always like that, you know, like drinking during the week all the time. Like, so I don't think like she was like that.
No.
To that degree. No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
It is messed up dating an alky.
Yeah. So yeah, narcissism, crazy. I feel like someone we know is a narcissist, and he's like pretty well known on the internet. I won't say his name. We'll have to do like a whole show about him, but I feel like he definitely at least exemplifies. Like I feel like he would say yes to 8 of those questions. Or like
it seems that way. With the way that this person speaks to people and yeah, I've seen some very unpleasant exchanges, and like accidentally even been at the receiving end of one, like from a mistake that he made. I don't know if you remember that, but anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's just something for another
right.
show, perhaps.
Just
perhaps.
write it down. Write that down.
I will.
Write that down. Write it down. So yeah, I think there's like I definitely think that there are people who suffer from NPD, or like maybe not suffer, but like are like clinically narcissistic, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's a lot of people who also have like some narcissistic tendencies. But I think the word gets like thrown around way too much. You know, it's like, oh, this person like is kind of full of themselves. Well, that doesn't mean that they're like a narcissist per se. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
we went through that list. Like it takes a lot to be, you know, or to even have like super solid like narcissistic tendencies and shit, you know. So yeah, I feel like it kind of devalues, you know, how like just people throw words around and shit, and then it just like kind of devalues their meaning. And then it's like, oh, now everyone's a narcissist, but so it's like makes it even harder to like figure out like who are the narcissists for real though.
Yeah,
like, not everyone is a narcissist. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think it is very important to define or differentiate anyway the people that have narcissistic tendencies. Like, I feel like everybody does, though. Like, that's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
There are very few people in this world who are like pure, you know, that like they don't say yes to one of those things on the, or even maybe, or sometimes, or like, you know.
Yeah.
So, but then, yeah, obviously people that are legitimately narcissistic, like, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, can they even be healed? Like, do they?
I don't think so.
I wonder if there are instances or cases of, you know, full blown narcissists recovering. Like, I'm a recovering narcissist.
I don't think there is, honestly. I really don't think there is.
Yeah, because like they're just hardwired differently, I guess. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a personality disorder. Like, how do you just change your personality? Like, can you just change your personality?
That's what I was just going to say. Like, there's, especially recently, there's been a lot about rewiring kind of your brain, essentially. And I mean, I'm sure it is possible, probably. Like, they fucking do electroshock therapy on people and,
True.
You know, like, there's all these new age ways of healing your mind and your brain, and you know, even with microdosing mushrooms, psilocybin, like there's studying the fact, or I don't even, maybe it's been proven that it can like help to regenerate brain cells, and like, so you know, it is possible to change things in your body and in your brain for sure.
Yeah.
So, but if a narcissist doesn't know that they're a narcissist, you know, or doesn't accept it, then
and the thing is what they wouldn't care.
Or that too. Yeah. It's like, yeah, this is what I am, and I'm not like
tough titties.
Yeah. This is how I am.
Just love me, bitch. I'm the greatest. But yeah.
So yeah, man, it's crazy that those types of people exist in this world.
Yeah, they do. They do. And I feel like we need to obviously like be aware, just so you don't fall into some like fucked up relationship, you know, with someone like that, because it'll drive you bananas. You can't please someone like that. And then also too, we need to be careful about just like accusing everyone of being a narcissist, because then it makes it harder to see who is, you know, that way. so you can stay away from them. Because if like everyone's a narcissist, then like how are you going to stay away from everyone? You can't.
Fucking move to the woods.
Yeah.
Move to a little shack in the woods.
So that's my little narcissist bit.
I like it. Very informative. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Put you up on the fucking podcast Yelp. Oh, bye. Hi.
Oh,
hi,
hey.
What you doing?
I'm coming back. I don't know. My internet's being a little
wonky.
Yeah.
Wonky. Oh,
I'm back.
It's 1:01 a.m.
Yeah. Let's breeze through this. Gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nifty little video I thought we could watch.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, okay. Can't believe my camera just crapped out like that. It wasn't even the camera, it's the has to do with the internet.
It's all good, man. I actually meant to say it earlier, but your Wi-Fi is really good at this place.
It's big improvement for sure.
Yes. You haven't been freezing up at all.
Amazing.
It's like we're actually sitting next to each other in real life.
Amazing.
IRL. Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Okay, which one do I want? 10 examples. Okay, hold on a sec. 10 examples.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we're going to turn the music down. Okay.
I'm going to mute myself.
Actually, I'm just going to pause it. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Is it too loud?
Hey Psych2Goers, welcome back to the channel.
That's a bit
We
loud.
wanted to take a moment and be sure you knew how grateful we were for all your support. Your ongoing support is what helps us make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone. Now let's continue. Gaslighting is a word that's used a lot in the media these days, but what does gaslighting actually mean? The term originates from the Patrick Hamilton's original 1939 stage play Gaslight, where a husband psychologically manipulates his wife. In the story, the husband attempts to convince his wife that she is insane by manipulating small elements of their environment and insisting that she is mistaken, remembering things incorrectly when she points out the changes he makes. The play's title alludes to how the abusive husband slowly dims the gaslights in their home while pretending nothing has changed in an effort to make his wife doubt her own perceptions. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where someone leads you to question your own reality, memory, or perceptions. So, here are 10 examples of what gaslighting can sound like. As a disclaimer, we want to note that not everyone who says these phrases is.
Okay, we're gonna finish that video, but like, how? Like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He drove her insane by like doing something so like minimal, you know, but like just slowly but surely you just like change someone's like total perception of reality. Like, what?
Yeah.
Isn't that
just wild?
Isn't that nuts? So, okay, let's finish this.
Is automatically a gaslighter. Gaslighting is intentional, and a gaslighter knows exactly what they're saying and what they're doing. 1. What did I do to you? If someone responds to you this way, they may genuinely not know what they have done and are asking you about it. But when it's gaslighting, they are aware they have done something to hurt you and are pretending to play dumb. In defensively posing this question to you, they are denying the impact they had on you and are also forcing you to question it. 2. Everyone around you isn't the problem is you. This is sometimes used as a way to shut down the conversation or dialogue for whatever is happening. This type of language is often referred to as victim blaming, where the gaslighter will make statements that cause you to feel like you are the problem, even when you have fallen victim to something such as bullying or abuse and the situation is outside of your direct control. 3. I'm sorry you feel that way. When someone's hurt you and they say something like this, then it is not a true apology. Instead, it's a way to make you feel like you are the problem. They say that they're sorry that you feel the way you do, rather than apologizing for what they've done or how they made you feel. 4. I don't remember saying that. I think you made that up. This is the go-to phrase that a gaslighter will use to intentionally get you to question your experience, behavior, and thoughts in order to take the focus off of them. 5. It's your anxiety that made me do the things I do.
Like,
This is a common response when a gaslighter gets called out for their behavior. They use this as a reason to justify their own negative behavior when in fact, they should take responsibility for their own actions instead of choosing to blame you. 6. You need help. This term is used to imply that you are the problem and that you need to address your issues rather than them having to work through their own issues. This is a shutdown response to avoid working things through with you. 7. It's your fault. People who gaslight will neglect any responsibility for their actions or for a situation. Instead, they will directly blame others. This can be a repetitive cycle where you may be made to feel like something is your fault, even if it isn't. You may even apologize for things that aren't your fault to make peace with them. 8. You're too emotional. This implies that your characteristics are seen as flaws, and this can make you question your own sense of who you are. 9. It's not a big deal. People who gaslight have a tendency to minimize the impact that something has on you. They may make you feel like you are making a bigger deal out of something when you are within your right to talk about things that are bothering you and express yourself openly. 10. Why are you so defensive all the time? You're attacking me. This is a common phrase used when you challenge a gaslighter. They have a tendency to flip the conversation towards you and make it out like you are the one who is in the wrong. By accusing you of being defensive and that you're attacking them, then they become the victim. Do any of these phrases sound familiar to you? These are only some of the things a gaslighter will say to you. You may have heard these before or even said them yourself, but this does not necessarily mean you have been gaslighted or that you are a gaslighter. Gaslighting is intentional, and a gaslighter knows full well what they are saying and what they are doing. We encourage you to seek help or guidance if you suspect that gaslighting has played a role in your life. Please like and
Man.
So I have one more too. I have one where it's 10 warning signs of gaslighting. It might be similar to that one, but yeah, isn't that wild? Like, I feel like even our own like governments gaslight us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
It's wild. Just like gets you questioning your whole reality. You're like, what? Am I this person? Did I do this? You know, all these things. Or did I not do this?
Yeah, to be manipulated and psychologically led to believe that you are something that you're not.
Cute.
Oh, Tunes.
She hates it. Just let me love you.
But like, I feel like that's just one of the ultimate forms of cruelty to impose on someone. Like the fact that this man did that to another human being, just like spent his whole life, you know, like manipulating, psychologically torturing another human being.
I'm just gonna make her go crazy.
This is just so
I think like Toonie, she's like right.
She has some stuff to say.
I think like where it says that they make you feel like you're making a big deal out of things, you know, or like, yeah, or like it's a problem to like express your feelings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or it's not a big deal.
Yeah, or it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so wild. Oh my god.
Got to get her a little cat mic
Right.
headset.
She likes rubbing her face against the laptop, like the edge of the laptop.
She's giving you a little ear exam.
Oh my god. She's so cute though.
She is.
But yeah, so like I found that, I thought it was interesting that they said that like a gaslighter like intentionally does it.
Yeah, because I've definitely said those things to other people, like some of those things. I've definitely said, I'm sorry you feel that way, when I like totally feel justified in not apologizing or that in like that I'm right in whatever it is that's happening that I've said or done.
Yeah.
But not intentionally to try and manipulate them, because it's just genuinely how I feel. Like
you're like, I just don't care.
Well, it's just like, if you know, somebody's like telling me that, you know, I'm being an asshole for not speaking to somebody for going to another country to go kill animals, you know, like
right.
Something, I don't know, something where I feel justified in, and they're like, well, you know, you're being really hurtful to that person. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but don't be a fucking dickhead.
Yeah. I guess it's like one thing to say like you're being mean to someone else and you're like, well, that's just how you feel, you know, like whatever, I don't care. I don't think that is that like gaslighting, because it's not like that person.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like I'm not making you question how you feel. I'm just telling you I don't care. Yeah. That you feel that way. Like, you're still valid in feeling your feelings. Everybody is.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't have to care about it.
Yeah.
Or like agree
I'm not
with
trying
it.
to I'm not trying to make you think you're crazy or anything. Like,
yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. That's so funny.
Oh god.
I wonder how.
But yeah, I mean, there's a few things. Can you bring the list back up? I feel like, or it was in the video.
It was in the video.
Yeah. But yeah, like nothing has ever been said in a way where I'm trying to manipulate or like you know, make somebody question like their sanity. Like I'm a burnout too, you know, like I'll forget shit happened.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not like purposefully being like, well, that didn't happen. Like I just genuinely can't remember that didn't happen, or that that did happen, until I'm like actually reminded about it, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Not saying I have a complete shit memory.
But it's pretty bad.
It's like the short-term memory. Yeah. It's definitely taken a bit of a dive over the years for sure. But yeah. Again, it's the whole gaslighting thing is like if somebody is a gaslighter, then they must be a narcissist, you know, because if they're knowingly you know, psychologically messing with people to like in a
Yeah, I was just gonna say, because like they don't want to take like responsibility for something too, right? Like if you make someone feel like they're overreacting to something, then that means that you don't have to really like deal with your own behavior and like your own actions that like harm somebody else, you know? Because it's like, oh, you're making a big deal out of nothing. So that means that what you are doing isn't a big deal and you can just keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's gaslighting, right?
Yeah.
So, but I feel like, some people do that shit subconsciously though, you know, like.
So that's actually the problem too, because I think it does happen a lot subconsciously. So then what do? You know, it's like,
I don't know.
I guess it doesn't really go hand in hand with, like, I mean, it can go hand in hand with narcissism, but or it does, I should say, but it's not.
Like a gaslighter, like a narcissist will definitely be a gaslighter, but not every gaslighter is a narcissist, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Boom.
Yes.
Just dropping some bombs.
That's right.
Yeah. But I have this one. I have 10 warning signs of gaslighting. You want to watch that one? It's 7 minutes.
Let's watch it on fast speed.
1.5 times?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, that's cool. I'm down. Where do I pick the speed?
Somewhere over there. Settings.
Ah, yes. Playback speed. 1.5. That sounds good.
Let's go.
Hey, and thanks for joining us in your Psych2. Today we're going to talk about gaslighting. If you're wondering what that is, we'll explain it in this video. No worries, we got you. Despite how we may feel early in the morning, our minds are powerful things. But you know what they say about power, though. With great power comes... This is especially true when someone wants to control us, and that power is used for nefarious purposes of manipulation. This can range from passive aggression to the more dangerous action of gaslighting. With gaslighting, an abuser executes several various actions and behaviors that manipulate the victim into questioning everything they feel, believe, and think, essentially eroding their sanity until they're at the gaslighter's mercy. This is the goal of the abuser: control. We understand this sounds worrying, so let's have a look at 10 signs it's not you. It might be gaslighting. 1. You don't feel like you fit in anywhere. Do you feel like you're a complete outcast or somehow hugely different from others? This feeling is being artificially encouraged by the abuser. You're constantly having normal defined for you by this outside input. Further, they also confirm that you don't fit into its boundaries. Gaslighters do this so they can influence what you think about yourself. Thus, they maintain control. 2. You question and doubt yourself. No matter how you define yourself, having your own definition or image of who you are is fundamental. It helps us define our values and beliefs, forming the unique and valuable you. Unfortunately, one of the gaslighter's goals is to shred this definition through persistent lies, like you're remembering that wrong, or you never did that. The persistent contradiction is so intense that the victim can begin to doubt things they know about themselves, their memories, and their perceptions. If there's someone in your life who insistently acts like they know everything about you better than you do, they might be a gaslighter. 3. Your self-esteem is much lower since you've been around them. Have you ever heard or seen someone say, "You used to be so outgoing, what happened?" Or even noticed a marked change in yourself? Did this big change seem to occur right around the time a specific person entered the scene? Sounds like a drop in self-esteem. Self-esteem is closely linked to mental health, and the National Alliance of Mental Illness notes that having low self-esteem can lead to depression, anxiety, and even addiction. Abusers actually work to lower your self-esteem, beating you down by bringing up your weaknesses and faults, even if they're not true. This continues until you feel disheartened and believe you aren't worthy of healthy self-esteem. 4. You become depressed. Feeling unstable with your brain a mess makes you more susceptible to depression. To add to this terrible situation, your feelings of sadness and hopelessness are trivialized. The gaslighter will say things like, "You're overreacting," or "You're just being lazy, get up already." This obviously only worsens the situation. 5. You're constantly guilt-tripped. You now have an unfortunate repeat round-trip ticket for the guilt train. Welcome to blame, though. The abuser will blame you for several things, twisting the truth and turning arguments around to dump the fault on you. You may have nothing to do with any of these accusations. The abuser will continue to persist and insist until you feel guilty. 6. You're frequently let down by them. Gaslighters typically don't keep their promises, and their actions don't match what they say. They thrive on keeping their victims unsure and uncertain. You're constantly asking yourself, will they follow through this time? Do I need to make backup plans? They see no gain in consistently keeping their promises, so they don't. 7. You are frequently lied to. Beyond being let down, outright lies are all too common from the gaslighter. We don't normally allow liars into our lives. We catch the lie, draw the line, and set the boundary. Gaslighters don't make it so easy, as their lies are so subtle in the beginning. Then they gradually lie more frequently, and make it so common that the manipulated person can no longer tell the difference between fabrication and reality. 8. Your fears are used against you. Like a Bogart from the Potterverse, gaslighters use your fears against you. This is a control tactic, scaring you into doing what they want. And gaslighter will build on that fear, so it becomes a go-to threat, warning that if you don't change your behaviors to their specifications, you'll end up hurting. 9. You're isolated from others. If you find yourself wondering where your close friends went or why they're now barely acquaintances, this may be from manipulative isolation. The gaslighter excises others to push you to become the only person left, them. They'll spread lies and sow distrust in you and everyone around you, making the gaslighter seem to be the only reliable figure. This further benefits them, as your isolation means no one knows what's going on with you, so no one can help. And 10. You question everything. Normally, curiosity is a good thing. Asking questions helps us learn. So of course, count on a gaslighter to ruin it. Now, you're not questioning for enlightenment or knowledge. You're questioning your sanity and every aspect of your own reality, destroying it in the process. The horrific repeated insistence that you're crazy or you're making that up eventually breaks down anything previously stable. Without that solid foundation, you start to wonder if all the terrible things they say are true. Do you see anything that rings a bell in the past or present? Recognize hints of any of these points in others? Let us know in the comments below. Being treated in the ways outlined above is not positive, normal, or healthy at all. Even though gaslighting can unfortunately have lasting damage, recovery is possible. Awareness of key signs is the first step to protection from manipulation, which can then lead into the healing process. We'll do our best to provide you with knowledge. Be sure to share this video with someone who might benefit.
Yep. I feel like we've all been gaslit throughout our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you were saying, the government, the government especially.
Yeah, it just gaslights us all the and like, yeah, it's purposeful for sure. Oh man. Yeah, that sounds terrible. It sounds so rough. So
Yeah, I mean, at least there's awareness of it, and people can watch out for those signs, and then also confront it when it happens, and try and help others just be better, and in turn helps your own self be better too, right? Because unintentional gaslighting is definitely a thing too. 100%.
Yeah, like I feel like it happens.
Yeah.
So
it does. 100%.
Oh man. Shit's wild though.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this stuff with COVID was major gaslighting from the government and stuff. And then same with shit about 9/11. I feel like there's a ton of gaslighting in that. There's just gaslighting everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But it's pretty wild when you realize that it's happened to you, and if someone that does it to you, that's pretty intense.
Yeah, because you've been manipulated, and it's definitely not something that anybody wants to be, let alone independent, strong-minded type people. It's super hurtful to know that you have been manipulated by somebody else, somebody that cares about you. It's if you care about me, why would you
do this?
Why would you manipulate me? I mean, I get it. We're all selfish fuckers. But I guess that's the joy of communication and fucking learning and just trying to be.
Oh, look at
Hi, just half of me.
that. I was just doing the other screen just to see what it looked like.
What was the other one?
It's like where we're closer, but
Okay.
you're just like not. And I'm like to the side
Yeah.
too.
We have to like reposition ourselves.
Yeah. It just makes us bigger, basically. There we are.
Yeah. But
Oh, cool.
yeah, that's cool. There's lots of different formats. Hey,
Yeah.
different ways you can do that.
Yeah. So, well, that's all I had.
Hey, man, that's amazing. We've been at it for almost 3 hours.
Jesus Christ.
That's quite a lot. That's great. That's good. And I think it's really good, great, grand, wonderful. I think it's really important to talk about all this stuff and really like, differentiate too between like a classic narcissist and somebody with narcissistic tendencies. Classic textbook.
Classic.
Classic. And the whole fucking other shit too with gaslighting and don't be manipulated. Don't let people manipulate you. Look out for those warning signs and confront that shit if it happens, because maybe again the person didn't know it was an unintentional thing, but they need to know because we all need to do better.
Yeah. Agreed. 100% agreed. And
call me out, man, because I know I fucking have said shit like that. I'm sure.
Well, you haven't said that to me or anything, so
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Oh man, that's so good.
Definitely said that.
As per my last email.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like I've said that to customers before, where it's like we've like tried to fix something and like whatever, and they're like still pissed. I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. We did all that we could. Sorry. Bye.
I mean, yeah, like, and that's the thing. It isn't actually like I don't care. Like I do care that you feel that way, and I'm sorry that you feel that way. Like, is this more? Am I just fucking digging a whole gaslighting grave right now? Like,
I'm sorry for making you feel that way.
It actually didn't even happen like that. You're fucking crazy. That's not even, you're remembering it wrong.
Yeah. What are you talking about? That's not what you said.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We all just need to fucking communicate better with each other. Like, it's just.
And I think too, people need to realize that anytime you bring another person into existence, like you risk them being a gaslighter or being gaslit. And also like they could end up being a narcissist too, like an actual, or like there's so many things, but like, yeah.
They could become a murderer.
Yeah. So yeah, why even like chance it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like whenever I think about stuff like this, and even just something like gaslighting, you know, and having experienced that, and then thinking like, holy shit, like this happens to other people, and like if I you know, if like I had a kid, like they would likely experience that at some point in their lives. And it's like a really fucked up feeling when you're like, whoa, holy shit. And you like realize what just happened, you know? So yeah, I would like, it sucks.
That's like such a big thing that a lot of people don't talk about with parenthood, because you feel that way, but then imagine feeling that way and you do actually have kids.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's the other part too, is like,
right? Nobody fucking talks about that shit. How I'm constantly to the point where I'm just like fucking emotionally drained every day about like worried about them being hurt by somebody, by another human being, because it's inevitably going to happen. And you know, on top of already just worrying about their general like health and safety, you know, like, that's just like a whole other element that I never fucking considered before having kids at all.
no.
Oh my
And,
God,
like,
somebody's going to suffer and like other people are going to treat them like shit. And it's happened too, like where, you know, we're vegan and kids have already started. My daughter's in grade 5 and at lunchtime, you know, like things have already been said. And so it's like already I'm experiencing it and it sucks. It sucks because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, these are all like things that people should probably consider beforehand, but they just like don't.
No. I mean, yeah, like it's not, I'm sure it's meant to like be that way, right? Because nobody really wants to admit that they're fucking just constantly terrified in a state of like terror. Terror. And
Yeah,
like obviously it's not going to be a well-known like thing, because fucking the whole point of the world is to populate and continue on this fucking bizarre existence of human beings. And like, nobody wants to talk about the shit that like, you know,
that could like deter someone from doing this.
Really intense. It's really fucking intense sometimes, you know, being separated with their dad and them being away from me on the weekends and me not knowing where they are, like who's in the house that they're sleeping in, and I can't, and there's nothing I can do about potentially bad things happening to them. You know, but like I never obviously thought we were going to separate and ever be in this situation, but shit fucking happens and changes all the time. That's the one thing we're guaranteed, right? Or the two things, death and fucking change.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nobody ever encourages anybody to like think that deeply, except for your organization there, Stop Having Kids.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I am very grateful for Stop Having Kids. Fucking love my kids very, very much, and so does Alex. I'm just pointing over there. Yeah. that way. There we go.
Yeah.
But you know, I just didn't consider a lot of things. I just thought that was what I was supposed to do, and like it was my calling was to become a mother. But yeah, I don't think people should be bringing children into existence. And I'm grateful for Stop Having Kids.
Yeah, me too.
Because it's nice to have that information out there. Nobody else is talking about it, and yeah, if like, you know, one person can be saved from being created and put here, then cool. Good.
Cool. Sweet.
Neato, gang.
It's true though, like it makes a huge difference not bringing, you know, not creating a whole new person So, yeah. And then at least that like helps people that are already here, because
yeah, that's just it too, right? It's like if I had known what I know now back then, I would have 100% like looked into adoption and all of that stuff. So, but yeah,
here we are, such is life.
Such is life.
Such is life.
Such is life. And I do love my little people. They are pretty fucking cool people, but I feel very sad every day knowing that they're, gonna get hurt. There's bad people in this world. Hopefully they don't ever become one of those bad people, but
like they'll inevitably like harm others, because like
like indirectly, consciously, subconsciously. Yeah. It's what we do, right? Yeah.
So yeah, such is life though,
It's a gift, right? Living the dream, living the gift dream.
Good stuff. All right, well, shall we call it?
Yeah. It was a good stream. 3 hours.
Wow.
Just over 3 hours.
Look at
we
that.
Talked about everything in our subject line there.
That's cool.
Whatever. We did it. We had a fucking seamless stream ish,
yeah.
Like this probably was the most seamless so far.
Yeah, it's good. You did good. Very nice. 10 out of 10. Okay. All right.
Well, we'll see you guys next time. Give us some suggestions on some topics, some subjects. You want to hear what you want to hear?
Yes.
Talk about. And are we going to do one on Friday or?
Sure.
Oh wait, no, I can't. I have a Christmas party on Friday night. So could do Saturday night or Sunday morning / afternoon.
Yeah, I'm good with whichever.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk. We'll update the stream and all that.
Yeah. Just go to like Twitter or Instagram, and you'll find out when we're doing this next.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. I'm like stoned and tired and like
same.
And a little thirsty. I'm like out of water.
I know. I have to pee actually. It's almost 2 a.m. here. So
2 a.m. Oh my god. Right.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to play a little tiny bit of World of Warcraft though, I think.
Do it.
I think I'm kind of addicted again. So
do it.
Yeah.
Go exploit some animals in World of Warcraft.
In not real life.
It's not real life, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.